Several months ago, I revealed to you a brand new Ratchet & Clank game. It's called Into the Nexus, and after offbeat entries such as All for One and Full Frontal Assault, Into the Nexus returns to the series' roots. It's a full-fledged, classic-style Ratchet & Clank game on PlayStation 3, and I got a fresh look at the game recently. The first thing I noticed is that Into the Nexus really does retain the franchise's charm and humor. There are laugh-out-loud funny parts to the game, including an especially humorous section where an enemy goon hits a button and accidentally plays a Wang Chung song. Here, see for yourself.
Sir, we are within striking distance of the Nebulhawks.
Fire Omni rockets on my mark. 3, 2, 1, mark.
Oops, wrong button.
The game also stays true to the roots of this series in terms of its lore and characters. There are a lot of familiar faces apart from the protagonists, including Captain Quark and the infamous Thugs for Less gang. But some of the new characters are pretty awesome in their own way too, including the antagonists, Vendra Prague and Neftin. Vendra Prague is called the Space Witch by those that fear her, primarily because she has incredible psychic abilities that allow her to torment her foes without so much as lifting a finger. Neftin, her brother, is nothing more than a typical huge brute. As one of the creators behind the series, Brian Algier, explained to me, Vendra Prague is the brains of the operation and Neftin is the brawn. Vendra Prague's psychic abilities contribute greatly to Into the Nexus's spooky and creepy feel, an atmosphere that hasn't been seen before in the series. The game focuses a great deal on the unknown of Ratchet's universe, on things that can perhaps be felt but not seen. It retains its humor and it feels and looks like a Ratchet game, there's no denying that, but there's an extra presentational layer that differentiates itself. Algier noted that this new approach adds quote-unquote good contrast to Ratchet & Clank's ability to give you a belly laugh.
Hey, there! What's going on down there?
I'm hosting my book club. You want to join?
No. As you were.
Naturally, Ratchet has at his disposal a litany of familiar and new weapons, which we went over in our previous preview. So expect to have items like grav boots and a smorgasbord of inventive guns, bombs, and more for you to choose from. As usual, each weapon and item can be upgraded via experience points earned by successfully using them. And weapon mods can even be unlocked using Raritanium. The mystery cluster approach to upgrading even makes its return from Tools of Destruction. Gameplay also remains true to the series conventions, though there are some new features worth noting, such as side-scrolling sections that require Clank to outrun a mysterious creature in order to survive. These sections are all gravity-based and they're a lot of fun to play. Otherwise, Ratchet is the platformer you've come to know and love, though I definitely got a kick out of its gravity-based gameplay, whether jumping around debris in a vacuum of space, or using a special weapon to float around in bizarre purple portals. Ratchet & Clank Into the Nexus launches on November 12th in North America and November 13th in Europe. It's exclusive to the PlayStation 3 and will cost $29.99 in US dollars or $29.99 in euros. The reason for the lower cost is simple. Into the Nexus isn't as sizable as, say, A Crack in Time. It's about half the size of that game, in fact, but bigger than another downloadable Ratchet adventure, Quest for Booty. It's the epilogue to the future arc in the Ratchet universe. As for the rumored Vita version, don't expect it anytime soon, if ever. Algier said that it's, quote, being explored, but it may never materialize, end quote. This is likely due to the nightmare scenario Insomniac ran into when they overpromised a Vita iteration of Full Frontal Assault, one that was way late to market and one that didn't sit well with critics and consumers alike. But like Full Frontal Assault, Into the Nexus on PS3 will be available both digitally and at retail. For more on Ratchet & Clank Into the Nexus leading up to our full review this November, keep it locked to IGN.